Consulate General of People's Republic of China, President in Kolkata. We are very much in pleasure to welcome him over here. So he will be saying some few words regarding China and the nation of India and China being present is.
Namaskar. Dear friends, dear students, good morning. First of all, I would like to congratulate you to have made a good decision to study MBBS in Guangxi, China. I'm from Guangxi. So on behalf of Guangxi, welcome all the students come to Guangxi.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure that you will have a very good experience studying there. China and India both are two great civilization countries. Our two countries share strong historical and cultural connections for more than 2,000 years. You may know that 7th century BC, the famous monk of China, Fa came to India to study Buddhism and find friendship and cooperation by the leaders of the two countries. More and more students from India go to study in China, and more Chinese students. Most Indian students are opting for courses in medicine in China. The Ministry of Education is Ni Hao and Chinese culture in your daily life. I suppose the biggest concern of you is whether a Chinese MBBS degree will be accepted in India. Don't worry. Our two governments are discussing mutual endorsement of we hope that through 0 years study in China and interactions with Chinese young people, all of you will have a better knowledge and understanding of China. Become a bridge of friendship connecting between China and India. Thank you.
Here we have been changed and I will explain to you once more.
So many people ask me a lot about China. So this person is from China. English, no problem. No queries.
Most of them are already cleared.
No, then also I will ask you if you have any queries, because many students have asked regarding the security.
To understand that they have a separate hostel for girls. Now, how are they when they want to go out?
About the visa, because those students holding student visa, and this visa is valid for the
Students are not permitted to China this time. To travel along with the students. Some of the parents are not permitted to get the visa.
We get the visa.
Actually, I am telling you, we are applying for visitors visa. Documents was provided by the university.
You provide visa?
Yeah, surely I will be asking the university to provide an invitation letter that is necessary for a visitor's visa.
First we contact you, get the letter, then based on that we apply for visa.
So one thing now, when the student will go to the market for marketing.
Measuring weight by Chinese jin, which is half kilo. One Chinese jin is half kilo. And we always talk about the price. How much for one jin, not for 1 kilo? That's the problem. That's the question. And then another thing is that the RMB, some kind of exchange rates is changing every day against Indian rupees. So so when you buy something in China, you should calculate it. Maybe divided by.
This is college question. They are not from the college. They are the college. You can't ask this question.
Like I can say a few words. I think many people are studying presently. Okay, so basically we start with hello. Hello is ni hao. Ni hao. Then we can tell good morning. Good morning is Chao Shang Hao. Chao Shang Hao. And one more thing you should be needing, that is to tell thank you. Because Because over there you are going to any shop, while buying anything or other, the person will say thank you in Chinese, and so do you. E-R-R. 3 is San, S-A-N. 4 is Si, S-H-I. 5 is U, W-U. 6 is Liu, L-I-U. 7 is Qi, Q-I. Is Xing-Qi. Tuesday is Xing-Qi. You can get it, I think. Xing-Qi San, Xing-Qi Si, Xing-Qi Wu, Xing-Qi Liu. Xing-Qi Liu is Saturday. E-Pai. Pai spelling actually the thing is B-A-I. In Chinese, B is pronounced as P. Okay.
बार्गेनिंग करना हो ठीक से लीजिए ठीक बोलिए
Bargaining, I don't think so. It will take nearly 1 month to understand it. I'll surely be there with you people. Okay. Yeah, the thing is like that. There are a lot of Chinese teachers who are passed out from USMLE or any TOEFL examinations for to common people. They don't know English at all. That is the main problem. So you should know a little of verbal Chinese.
You are going to stay with the people, these students.
Surely.
So probably you can throw some light on what is the life like generally.
You have the evening classes, that might be theory or practical classes. Okay, California or Cambridge, big names. And email will be provided by 9 p.m. at night, and everybody should be inside the university by 11. But we people who arrange cricket bats, wickets, we have tournaments over there, no problem. Because Chinese. What?
Breakfast, canteen, and then college. It's nearby.
Yeah, it's nearby. It will be while from the university. You have to first go to the government. There's canteen sites like YouTube, Facebook for security reasons. I think everybody knows. But
total semester is 9 semester or 10 semester?
Total is 10 semesters. Total 10 semesters for 5 years. 2 semesters each.
Generally, what is the percentage generally Indian students get? Percentage of marks?
In what? MCI?
No, not
class. Okay. It depends from student to student. Who is working throughout the. After that, if he doesn't pass after all, he have to pay a huge amount of money to sit for another exam. And the college with this Guangxi Medical University, it is presently one of the top 5 colleges. So the central government is governing it. For this reason, it has been very strict regarding all these things.
Okay. Like AIDS and all this.
Yeah, perhaps you can compare. Perhaps over there, the neurology and cardiology department. Yeah.
And good behavior.
Good behavior, personal contact, neat and clean rooms, behavior with the teachers.
Success rate, those who appeared for the MCA.
MCA screening. Basically, MCA screening after Ketan Desai was taken off, the percentage fell a lot. It is nearly 20% passing rate is there presently. See, attempts are unlimited.
During the talk with the counselor, he was mentioning something like the governments, both the governments are considering virtual recognition.
Yeah, that is, we are working on it. So after passing MD or MS from China, they don't have to sit for an MCI exam in India.
PG.
PGA exam. No, I'm just telling MCI screening exam. They don't have to sit.
How many students are there? How many students are there?
Where?
How many students are there in the hostel?
Indian students?
Yes.
Nearly 300. 300 plus. A lot of seniors for you all. As you are telling me, I just try to provide. Okay, it is about your preference. You'll be staying here for next 5 years. So it's your preference. You choose your roommates. Okay? So you choose and let me know by today. Because we'll be leaving tomorrow. Before that I have to be informed.
So what would be the difference of fees during 5 years? Now we are estimating nearly 20 lakhs for the 5 years. What could be the margin of...
I get it. I am telling you. The fees of the university remains constant. It is 32,500 RMB that remains constant. But the change is in the exchange rate. Because in India, there is an inflation. So the dollar rate has soared so high. Or else, last 7 years back, it was 5 rupees for 1 yuan.
Is there any direct exchange between rupee and yuan?
Yeah, we are providing DBS Bank, Development Bank of Singapore. They are providing this facility. They are getting direct exchange from Indian currency to Chinese RMB.
Without the commission.
Without the commission.
But since last year, the rupee was increased. Last year was 7.5, now it is already 8.5.
Yeah, last time it increased when it was the attack on mobile. After that, it is in India due to inflation. It is not the Chinese currency and the Indian currency. It is met bothering as the US dollar. US dollar has soared nearly to 54 to 55 presently. It has soared to 58 few days back. It is Indians' problem. It is not the problem with the Chinese. Yeah.
Is it the students or the young doctors, those who are going, they will be availing the same status as the Chinese, or when they are outside, somebody has to keep the passport in the pocket? Because I have seen the country where, if being the foreigners, somebody may ask, where is your passport? That country I have seen, that you are asking from the secure point of view. Is it the same condition that in China, or they will avail the same status as the Chinese people have?
We are treated same as Chinese because we are also Asians. Chinese peoples are also Asians. Yeah. That is the main criteria.
China, that is, we are Asians, but the country differs more from the country to country.
No, basically, as you are telling, I am telling you, yes. When you are transition and sledging.
That is what I am coming to point, because I have seen that type of countries.
But basically in China there is no racism, no sledging. Because for the foremost reason, it is a communist government over there. Where you can practice any religion, but you can't preach. Means you can practice Hinduism or Muslim or Christianity, but you can't preach. That is by law. So there is no point of thinking like we will be treated differently. Basically, in China also everybody is treated equally. The poor and the rich ratio is very minimal. It is a communist country where they believe in socialist and secular living. Yeah. Electrical appliances like room heaters and everything, you have to be careful. You have to switch it off while going to sleep. Don't light any matchsticks or any fire inside the dormitory because they are fire sensors. That's all. And anything more?
If I am not wrong, we have studied over there.
Yeah.
For last 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
So during the career of work and stay, you were studying. How many Indian students have you seen getting this scholarship? Roughly.
A lot. I personally got a scholarship also. Continuously it depends. It depends on the student, how he is performing. Many students are getting. But you know, the first thing I will emphasize, the student should have proper focus from the very first year. That's important. Because if a student is not studying from the very first year, she or he won't land up in a good condition after 3 years. That's most important. front of Chinese infrastructure. People are visiting, I think you are also coming with us. You can check it when you are traveling to China. The hospitals look like 7-star hotels. It is very well furnished and with very modern infrastructure. In India, basically, you can check it in the CMC Vellore. That is one of the best. People think it presently. It has got few instrumentations. But in Kolkata or in Delhi, we don't have those facilities. Like bone marrow puncture, I can tell you. In China, in our universities, a student before internship, she or he nearly does 200 to 300 bone marrow punctures. In Kolkata, presently, there is no bone marrow puncture facility.
I read in some of the brochures, there is some universities having 120 some testing clinics like that. In Gandhi, it is 48, something like that. What makes the difference?
Testing this, I really don't know about what you're doing. Testing this, mainly the students will be focused with the hospitals. When they will be in the third year, they have to go to the hospitals for the clinical studies. When you are putting up with the comparison with India, I want to focus. In India, basically, the studies are based on theory. They study the books properly, but their practical knowledge is generally nil. But for people traveling in China, studying in China, their practical knowledge is much more advanced. They will be quite compelled to see doing ECGs. Presently in India, basically a person knows ECG after doing cardiology MD or else not. But a student over there in 4th year can know full lessons of ECG, strips, reading ECG and everything. Then is radiology. Radiology is presently the most modern science in medical history. So in India, you don't get any facility to understand radiology. All the scan and CT scan, MRI are used, are quite well old-fashioned. Over there, they are the most modernized instruments and teachers will be helping you reading the CT scan and the MRI. That's very important, infrastructurally wise. Research on genetics. Students can participate in research on genetics. Cloning, these things are a big facility you can get over there.
Are you practicing there or you are coordinating only Omkar Medicom?
No, I'm not at all only coordinating. I'm practicing also there as a temporary job. Because I am traveling over to India also. So because I can't get a permanent job, I have to stay there around the year. I can't come back home.
What are the payments made for now? After passing MBBS?
After passing MBBS?
What are the payments? If you get a job in China?
The payments are quite high. It is nearly 15,000 RMB.
15,000?
RMB. 15,000 into 8.75. You can calculate it.
Sir, we are very thankful to Mr. Bhumik, Subhash Bhumik and Dr. Mujandar that he is the way of our children to go for this good study in Republic of China. And his arrangement also very good, and I think he is deserving for a big hand.
Surely.
Thank you very much.
For the benefit of the house, I'm answering regarding the infrastructure in China compared to India. WHO estimates that China, the standard medical in China is 4th in the world. India is only at 31st or this is This is a statistics published.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it is like that today. Yeah, going for better one.
Excuse me, Mr. Rogade wants to say some few words to the student. He has been teaching for the last 15 years. So his advice will be a big help to us.
I am Dr. Rogade. I am a pediatrician. I did my MBBS from BJ Medical College, Pune, 30 years back. My post-graduation in pediatrics. So I studied in India basically. So I would like to speak to all the children today who are going to China tomorrow. Basically, you have got a golden opportunity to study in a very well-developed country with ultra-modern infrastructure. Not only buildings and the equipments are important, but their utilization, because you are ultimately going to utilize them. That is very important. And let me tell you very frankly, if you go to America, you will also get the similar ultra-modern equipment, but there are no patients. Or whatever patients are there in USA and UK, they are paying very heavy fees, and no students are allowed to touch them, to see the patients, to examine the patient. At the most, you can be an observer from a distance with his permission, and you will never get first-hand education on the patient, because medicine, believe me, is not learned from the books. Medicine is learned by the bedside, and that experience you will only get in China or in India, where there are vast population, millions of poor people who go to government hospitals because they are cheap or free. And they allow student doctors to examine them, to operate upon them, to do various procedures. They will not object, which will never happen in European countries or in Western countries. So you are going to get very vast clinical experience in China. So you are very lucky. Another thing I would like to tell you is that till today, till 12th, you have studied in a different manner. You are used to obtaining 100 out of 100, 98 out of 100, because your examination pattern was of objective type of question. Small answers, a single word answer or single letter answer, and you will score 100 out of 100. Now you are going to a professional college. In professional college, there is a vast difference. Now you have to answer essay-like question, bigger question. Answers will be bigger. So you really have to understand what you are studying, and you have to explain it. And this skill is very important, because you are going to explain these things to your patients. Your patients are laymen. They are not knowing anything about medicine. So they will ask you questions, doctor, what is happening to me? Why I am getting fever? Why there is a tumor in my stomach? Why I am not responding to this medicine? Why I need to undergo this operation? And you will have to explain to him. And you will be able to explain if you understand his illness. And that is how your study is going to be different. So forget about your marks in the past. You may have scored 100 marks in 12th standard. You may have scored 99%. That has got no meaning in medical college. Now you are all equal. I have seen that people who scored very low marks in 12th standard and got admission just because of luck, and a person who stood first in the university in the 12th standard and he got admission everywhere, but they are on equal footing. In fact, the person who scored less, he is a better doctor, because it depends on how you study medicine, how you apply it. So here you are all equal. Forget about your past marks. You are going to study by understanding, and your understanding will only increase if you take interest in this particular study. You have to start studying right from day one. You cannot practice like tomorrow is my exam or next week is my exam, so I will study in the last 1 week. That is not possible. Medicine knowledge is too vast to cover it in 1 week or 2 weeks also. So right from day one, you start studying. Read whatever is taught in the college, because in college the doctors are going to teach you important things, so you will know what is important. Okay, so understand it before going to the lecture. Also, you can read. Then there are tutorials, there are demonstrations, there are lectures, there are presentations, seminars. You participate with full preparation, and you cannot study alone. So use this facility of staying together in hostel as studying together. Group discussions are going to be very important. So teach each other. Divide topics in small parts and teach each other. You understand one part, your student, your friend will understand one. He will teach you that, you will teach him your part. So discussion, participation, presentations, these are the ways you are going to study. And try to learn how to study and enjoy your study. Because if you enjoy medicine, then it will not be a hard work. It will be a pleasure. A person who accepts the career because he likes it, then that career is not a job for him. It's not a work for him. It is not a task to be done. It is a pleasure. And this pleasure will be with you throughout your life. Because medicine knowledge is changing every year, every day. Something new comes up. So you will be happy to know that previously there was this particular surgery, now it is no more used. Now latest advances are coming up. You must have heard of operations of bypass surgery, where they used to cut the whole sternum and enter the chest cavity. Now they enter through 2 ribs. So there is hardly any scar. So it is a latest technology. You will be happy to know this. You will be happy to learn it. You will be happy to apply it to your student. Right? And more people are going to turn to you because you are going to heal them. So it's a noble profession. So let me congratulate you all for entering this noble profession. You have to keep it up. Money will follow you. You should not follow money. Remember this. If you are on top of your trade, if you are the best in your field, money will follow you. You will get the riches, you will get the prosperity, you will get the respects of the society. But you should not fall after, you should not run after money. Remember this. If you want to have any question, he will be your guardian, come guide there. Ask all your queries, take all your problems to him, he is there to solve it. And be together. You all are from India. You all are Indians. But it is also an opportunity for you to mix with other national people from other people. You are lucky that you will be having your friend circle spread all over the globe. You are going to be global citizens.
Forget to ask what are the other national students may.
Yeah, that you will be able to. Thank you very much.
So basically we have students from Mauritius, Indonesia, Laos, Cambodia, African countries like Ghana, few from America, few from France, Italy, basically Sri Lanka, Asia, simply Pakistan, all these countries.
All the same also?
Yeah, foreign students have got a separate hostels, not with the Chinese people, it's separated.
We oftenly hear the news of using drugs by African students.
Basically, you cannot travel with drugs inside China. That's the kind of security. The reason is if you are carrying nearly 2 grams of cocaine to China, you have got a shoot order on you. That's the rule. So it's quite strict. There is nothing regarding those things, drugs and all those. Any more queries? Okay, then tomorrow we will be leaving nearly at 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening. Tomorrow we will be leaving by 6 o'clock in the evening. I will advise each and every student and parents who are traveling to have a warm cloth in their hand luggage, because when you will be in Kunming is presently quite cold and windy. So you should carry a warm cloth in your hand luggage. Students and the parents who are traveling. In the morning, we are actually due to cancellation of flights. There is a 1-day stay in Kunming, and it will be quite good because people travel to Kunming to visit it. Kunming is the second biggest tourist spot of China. Yeah, surely. Outside the airport, we have got facilities of Indian foods, staying, no problem. Yeah, surely. For one, it is nearly 22 hours transit. We will be staying outside. We will have a good time and you can roam around. Kunming is a beautiful city. Kunming is basically nearly very comfortable. All around the year it maintains a temperature of 12 to 16 degrees centigrade. It is called the spring city of China. Yeah, all over China is a hill station. Okay, so now we can have a group photograph of each and every students and parents. Okay, so any queries you ask me, or you can be with me in the evening. Okay, so let's have some group photographs. Okay, and thanks for your cooperation. I was very late due to big traffic problems. Okay, sorry for that purpose. Okay, thank you.
I can't see. Yeah, this. Thank you.
क्या हुआ